you home. Don't get home before us. Come on, talk to me now. Yeah, man. Yes, no, yes, wait. You know we will not come. But I wish we could just. That's when you say, hold on, please, I'm coming. That's tells. The same thing will happen to the brothers. But it's more shocking with the ladies. Because the greatest gift you can ever give to anyone you want to marry is a gift of a prepared spouse. That before you met me, I was prepared. Listen, it's worth more than cars, more than anything that I prepared for you. Can I tell you something? Have you thought about the fact that why is it that when Jesus died, saved us, why didn't he take us to heaven? Can anybody tell me why the church is still here? Why is the church still on earth? Huh? Is your mansion, they are preparing your mansion. That's why. Look at you. Hey, you look at mansion. No. The reason why we are not yet presented, I hope you know there's something called marriage supper of the Lamb. That is when Jesus will be officially married to us. When the Father will have us become his. Is that okay? Now, the reason why the church has not been presented yet is because the church has to be without spot or wrinkle. Is that okay? So he is working on us to present us to himself. Telling you that the greatest gift you can ever give your partner is the gift of being prepared. That when listen, the question is, when I have you, what do I have? I hope I don't have Fuji House of Commotion. If I marry you, who did I marry? Say, listen, your gift, your talent is not what your partner is looking for. Your talent is for the world. Preparedness, that you are prepared to communicate, you are prepared to share, you are prepared to manage, you are prepared to interact, you are prepared to endure, you are prepared to be self-controlled. That preparedness, and by the way, on a lighter note, that you are prepared to satisfy your partner sexually. And may God help you, it depends on the one you meet. There are partners that it is once a week. The Lord appears in the garden once a week. There are those that shows up some like 3 times in a week. And there are those that appear, morning and evening sacrifice. It has to be there. God bless you. I don't know the one coming your way. I see somebody already pray, say, Father, it's 1 week, once a week. Now, these are some of the things you don't know. You don't know what. And the sad part of it is that many of you sisters, you are very calculative. That brother that can command, PCVDD, halala, tamananaya. See, that one, he will not like too much sex. Sister, how many times I call you? Run. Those who have married such brothers that they consider to be spiritual, they have come, Papa, he will kill me. I said, who? I said, I didn't you? She said, Papa, when I saw him, I thought he was a spiritual brother. I said, that is part of spirituality. So on a very, very introductory note, the greatest gift you can take to the person you want to marry is the gift of a prepared you. A body hast thou prepared for me. Jesus did not come when Adam fell. It took time to prepare him to come. Did you hear that? The greatest gift, you're not writing that down, you better do. The greatest gift, you will understand it when you get married. The greatest gift you can ever give to your partner is the gift of a prepared you, not a prepared house. There are 8 things in positioning yourself for marriage. No, not just marriage. In positioning yourself for a successful marriage. There are 8 things you must define. You cannot be ignorant of this as you prepare to go into marriage. 8 things you must define and 8 relationships you must build. Let's start with 8 things you must define. 8 things every single must define to position yourself for a successful marriage. We are living in a day and time whereby marriages now last only 6 weeks. We had a situation recently whereby the very night when they got home, the lady called, she said, I made a mistake. There are all kinds of things happening right now. Divorce rate is spiking everywhere. All over the world, divorce is on the rise. Why? You guess right. Too many unprepared individuals going into marriage, hoping that marriage as an institution will fix what they did not fix in themselves. Marriage is a revealer of how prepared or unprepared you are. Write that down. Marriage is a revealer of how prepared or how unprepared you are. Marriage will reveal what you focus your attention on. Yes. If you are the type that focus so much on your degrees, and you kept on going for masters and PhD and all of that certification, and you never had time working on yourself, marriage will reveal your lack of preparation for marriage. If you are the type that focus on your talents, your gift, you just kept on developing your gifts, your talent, your ability to preach, your ability to write, your ability to speak, your ability to sing, if that was all you were preparing, that was all you give yourself to, marriage will come to reveal how that you did not prepare for marriage. And someone said, Pastor Sam, when should I start preparing? The moment you come into the consciousness, whether you are 13, 14, 15, 16, most importantly from 18, you must double your preparation for marriage. Whether you are ready or not, be prepared. It is better for marriage to meet you ready than for you to start getting ready in marriage. Can I say that again? It is better for marriage to meet you ready than for you to begin to get ready in marriage. 8 things you must define in order to position yourself properly for marriage. 8 things you must define. Number 1, self-identity. We call it self-identity definition. Who am I? Who are you? You cannot be confused and hope that marriage will define you. Define yourself before you get married. So one of the things you must define is, who am I? Know who you are. You don't go into marriage shopping for compliments. There is nothing wrong with your partner complimenting you. Question: what if your partner is not used to compliment and you are someone shopping for compliment? You get into marriage and you are starved of compliment. That will be the reason why, if you find compliment outside of your marriage, you're going to get into adultery. Define yourself. Define who you are. Know who you are. One of the most powerful words I've heard from one of the greatest historians, one of the greatest philosophers, is know thyself. Write that down, know myself. I must know myself. Self-definition. You need to define yourself. Define your identity. Know who you are. I was in Kaduna State University yesterday, and I was talking to the students, and I said to them, I brought somebody close to me, and I said to them, I said, you know, the most amazing thing in this life is the fact that I have never gotten anywhere. Manuel, you know, I'm thinking about that. I've never gotten anywhere whereas I wanted to do what I'm called to do, or what I want to do. I've never gotten anywhere and they say, sorry, we're so sorry. We will need you to increase your height. I've never gotten anywhere, sir, where height was needed. I played handball. I played handball at the national level. Even as an handballer, nobody ever told me that you need height to play handball. The only place I was wise enough never to go to and tell them I want to join them is a basketball team. I could go around the court when nobody was there and throw the ball, but I never told them I want to join your team. There's nothing on earth, no exam I wanted to write. They say, sorry, sir, you need height to write this exam. As I'm talking to you now, do I need height to talk to you? And if I needed one, at least they've given me height here. The point I'm making is, if you look at me and say, see this short man, it won't insult me. You know why? I know me. Now, see this short man is a revelation to you. It's not an insult to me. You insulted me. It just simply shows that your mind is thinking in the reverse. Because see this short man, to you is an insult, but for me it's an affirmation. In fact, I just got another confirmation of my height. Am I talking to somebody here? You see, some of the things that you get offended by are actually a revelation of the fact that you too don't know yourself. See your mouth. Praise God. You're just discovering that I have big lips. See your lips, big. So what? Is that my brain? Is my lips my brain? See you are too tall, and because of that somebody will go and sit down and begin to cry. Oh God. So what should God do now? He should break your legs and bring you down? I'm talking about self-identity. Celebrate your, just for God's sake, that God had mercy on you and kept me beside you. Look at the person. You go to, I know myself. So I go to America. Hello, hi. Hi man, how you doing? I say, fine. I don't speak American English, I speak English. The word is speak English. Even England, if you go to the United Kingdom, there are a remote part of United Kingdom where the English is not like that in London. Accentuated English. There is South African English. There is Chinese English. So don't make me small in America when you speak American English. Don't make me feel small that I'm speaking Nigerian English. Everybody is speaking their own version of English. The most important is, did you hear me? Come, did you hear that? Go, did you hear that? Go, did you hear it? Do you understand what I mean it? The major problem, the reason why you don't relate, the reason why you don't socialize, you are too self-conscious. Hey, how are you doing? God bless you, lady. How you doing? Now my nose, then they look. Thank you so much. God bless you. Hello, yeah. Look at the person, eyeball towards her. God bless you. Now my forehead, did they look? See, my forehead. Know yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Never let anybody make you feel small. It's a gift, it's a privilege if I choose to associate with you. Anybody who wants to reduce you to admit you is unworthy of your friendship. You didn't hear what I just said? Anybody who wants to reduce you before he admits or she admits an associate with you, such a person is unworthy of your friendship. Somebody say to yourself, I'm good enough. I'm not here. I'm not hearing say I'm good enough. Tall, I am good enough. Short, I am good enough. Big, I am good enough. Petite, I am good enough. Just look at your neighbor, say, anyhow, I am good enough. Celebrate yourself. One guy got angry. We were flying, I think, from London to Germany. And we're flying first class. So I guess when the guy saw my wife and I coming in, I guess maybe he was expecting us to walk straight to the back. Fortunately, as God will save his soul, my wife and I were sitting on the first. I'm on 1D, my wife was on 1F. We're occupying the first set of row. And you could see that racist attitude. Just for us to even keep, I created a space. I kept my wife's bag. Then I was going to keep my own carry-on. The space I created, right where we're seated. The guy just looked at me, and the next thing he just did, he carried his own bag and he put it there. I said, sorry, I created a space. He just looked at me. I went and he sat down. My wife said, baby, egbesibo me. There's a beauty of knowing language, eh? My wife said, I better keep your bag somewhere else. So I turned to the other side. There was another place, and I kept my bag. And I looked at him, and I sat in his front. He was behind me. And when the plane took off, I reclined the chair by force. I just pushed it back. Your color can make me small. Where they born you, I was born in Kaduna. I was born in the barracks. That they gave birth to you in Ikoyi doesn't make a barrack boy a smaller version. Do you know Pastor Matthew Ashimolo? They gave birth to him he's a barrack boy. So barrack boys are ruling. Ajegunle, you can't make me feel small. That I was born in Ajegunle, you were born in VI. So what? Help me look at your neighbor, say, I celebrate myself. Don't let where you marry dictate who you, don't let where you were born dictate who you marry. That you were born in a small place doesn't mean you should be looking for a small person. You deserve the best. You can go from the guttermost if you package and prepare yourself. You can go from the guttermost and marry someone at the uppermost. It begins with defining yourself. Who am I? And defining yourself begins with eliminating who you are not. You are not what they say you are. Defining yourself, defining who you are, begins with eliminating who you are not. Take note of that. Defining who you are begins with eliminating who you are not. So here's what I normally do, sir, when I help people in this area of self-definition. You know the way we normally do singular and plural table, right? Okay, so what I always say is, on the singular side of the table, you write who I am not. On the other side of the table, on the plural side, you write who I am. Okay? Now listen, this is going to hurt you a bit, because it may take you back a little bit to your history. So on the side where you write, who I am not. I wish I had my table here so that I can show you, but I'm sure you get the picture of what I'm saying, right? Fantastic. So on the left hand side, so if you are looking at your book, you can draw a table to the left hand side, who I am not. Or just simply write, I am not. And the other side, who I am, or write, I am. Have you noticed when God wants to introduce himself, when Moses said, who shall I tell them send me? He said, I am. Have you noticed when Jesus wants to talk, he will say, I am. He said, I am the door. I am the way. I am the truth. You need to reclaim the power of I am by first of all establishing the power of I am not. Is that okay? The most healthiest of individuals who have strong self-esteem have been able to write I am not. List out all the I am nots. And then you should be able to list out I am. Is that okay? So when you talk to people, you introduce I am. That is why God says, I am that I am. Is that okay? It's a compound statement. Say anything that can come after it, I am. So when Jesus came to introduce himself, he said, I am the bread of life. I am the way. I am the door. I am. That's how Jesus talks. When they met John the Baptist, they said, are you the Christ? Listen to what John the Baptist said. He said, I am not. That's how to start talking. I am not. I love Jesus, but I refuse to be in his shadow. Don't try to compare me with anybody. Jesus is wonderful, but I refuse to admit that I am him. I am not him. So John the Baptist began by saying, I am not. And then the next thing he said is, I am a voice. So I'm going to give you an assignment. I want you to take, this is very critical. This is very critical. I want someone to look that I am not column now. And here's what I want you to think about. When you were growing up, what did that teacher call you? Just simply write, I am not. Your father look at you and say, you are the worst thing that ever happened to me. Just simply say, I am not the worst thing. You are the black sheep of our family. I am not. Every voice that has ever labeled you wrongly that you remember, don't let it stay in your mind. Write it out. I am not. In fact, let me say this. You are not even what you did. Don't confuse what you did with who you are. It is true that you stole when you were small, but you are not what? You're not a thief. It is true that you committed abortion, but you're not an abortionist. I am not. I'd like you to write, I am not. I give you the next 60 seconds. Look at that area. I am not. And remember, I'm not a failure. I failed, but I'm not a failure. Your mother told you that they did not plan to have you. I'm not a mistake. They made a mistake. I am not a mistake. I'm not a fool. That I can't do mathematics doesn't make me a fool. It just simply means that is not my area of strength. I am wired for something better than mathematics. Must everybody be calculating stuff? Who will write letters? What I am not good at doesn't define who I am. Must everybody play football? That I can't swim, does that make me to be a very useless human being? Let those who want to swim, swim. I am not useless because of what I can't do. Please, I'd like you to write, I am not. I am not. And you need to start telling yourself, I am not, because all through your life you've been hearing, you are this, you are that. And everything that comes after you are is negative. Your first boyfriend, first girlfriend, your former boyfriend, former girlfriend, look at you and say, you are useless. You think anybody will ever come after you? That's your opinion. Let him stay alive and watch you in the next 3 years. He will be the door guy opening the door for you to enter the place. Someone finds it difficult to pick my calls. You know why? Some years ago, the person went to tell his friends that guy, several years back, he said that guy will never make it. And the person is still alive today, sir. Sir, he has faded out of history. So I said, look, I don't care about what he has said. Let me see, reach out to him. So out of compassion, I called. The moment he heard my voice, he said, sorry, sir, sorry, sir. He cut off the call. I tried calling him back. He would not pick the call again. He can't stand the fact that I'm alive. And his brother has come to visit me and went to tell him what God is doing. Thank you. These guys are so smart. Bring it close to me. Help me appreciate Dan. I feel like staying a little bit on this. Because this is, listen, if you don't deal with I am not, it will lead you to decide who to marry. Because if you meditate too much on, look at you. See, you know you are good for nothing. Nobody will marry someone like you. You know you are. If you're not careful, it will make you, when somebody worthy comes, you're going to move into insecurity. Imposter syndrome will take over you. You begin to feel, I am not good enough for this person. And the lady said to me, she said, Pastor, I broke the relationship. She said, the guy kept on asking me, what did I do wrong? She said, Pastor, the guy is too good for me. She said, I'm afraid one day he will wake up and realize my past. He will get to realize some of the things that people call me, and the guy will change his mind. I said, what? You don't have an idea what people are dealing with. Tear the labels. Here's what I'm showing you here. This is what to do. I am what? I am not. And then here you write what? So in self-definition, can somebody just mention one thing you are not? If you've written it down, what is it? Write one. You know what, ma? I'm not a failure. I am not a failure. Somebody give me something else. Say it again, ma. I am not poor. Fantastic. My family background does not define my future. What else? I am not. You're not a fool. Thank you very much, ma'am. Not a fool. That I didn't pass your course doesn't mean that I failed life's exam. It's your own exam I failed, not life's exam. And those who pass your course are not necessarily going to pass life's exam. Huh? I'm not what? Mistake. I'm not a mistake. All right, so all of this, you can write the list down. Remember what everybody has ever called you, including your pastor. Every negative statement that has been placed on you as a label, it's time to write, I am not. It is your fight back. See what I'm talking to you, if you do it, it will be a thorough healing process for you. So what do you write here? I am what? Talk to me, I'm what? I'm a success. I'm a blessing, right? I'm a gift to the nations. What else? Just go ahead and write it down. Write what you are. John the Baptist said, I am not the Christ, I am a voice. People always want to put labels on you. Reject it. In fact, from what we learned from Jesus Christ, when Jesus said to the disciples, who do men say that I am? It will amaze you to know, out of 12 or even more people that were present, only one person said you are the Christ. Is that okay? Every other person say, hey, you are Elijah. Oh, you are Moses. Oh, you are this and this. Meaning people were describing him based on their perception of him. And their perceptions were not right. It was their reality, but it was wrong. So sometimes in life, you may meet about 12 people and the first 11 will define you wrongly. That is why it's dangerous for you to be shopping for compliments and definitions from men. Know who you are. Spend time with God. Let God introduce you to yourself. Let God tell you who you are. And there are 3 books of the Bible that I will recommend you read if you want to know who you are. That's where you can start from. Ephesians, Colossians, and Philippians. In fact, you can add Romans. You can start from Romans. Do Romans, Ephesians, Philippians, and Colossians. In Romans, you will get to discover that you are not a condemned person, because there is therefore now no condemnation to those who are in Christ Jesus, who walk. Am I talking to somebody here? There is no condemnation. You get to discover in Romans you are the righteousness of God. Pastor, with all the bad things I've done, in Christ I am the righteousness of God. In Ephesians, you find you are exalted and seated in heavenly places above principalities and powers. So I am the righteousness of God. I am exalted. I am blessed. I am. Go through scripture. Whatever scripture says you are, you are. I wish I can dig deep. I'm very passionate about identity. Particularly in this day and age whereby identity has become the major problem. The whole of the LGBTQ movement is all about identity crisis. Some people who didn't have somebody to tell them the difference between I am and I am not, because nobody was there to help them, and they've been overwhelmed by I am nots, and I am nots have become I am. You are not catching what I'm saying here. These individuals are now the ones telling us that I am not is I am. Did you get that? So somebody will look at you and say, oh, the way you smile, you're a lady. Sorry, ma'am, my name is Sam. No, your smiles. I'm sure you don't know yourself. That's what I used to have as a problem too, until I discovered who I am. And who am I now? I am not a he. I'm a they. I'm a we. So I am not has become, talk to me, it has become. And I hope there's nobody here. Help me tap someone around you. Say, look, if the person is a bros, tell him you're a bros. Tell the person, if anything is running in your mind, you are a she. Come on, help somebody right now. Before you travel somewhere and come back and we're looking at you, what happened? No, and then you're wearing high heels as a bros. What I'm sharing with you, I am not, is at the heart of the LGBTQ movement. It is the cause of the major problems we're having today on earth. When I am not becomes I am. So here's what I want to say to you. You cannot go into marriage having confused identity. You cannot be somebody's wife thinking you will one day become the husband. Neither can you go into marriage as a husband hoping you're going to become a wife. It's important you define your identity. Number 2, second thing you must define, your purpose. Purpose definition. Why am I here? Why am I on earth? You don't need a partner when you don't know your purpose. What is the partner coming to help you accomplish? Hello, sir. If my car is damaged, who do I need to help me fix it? Huh? An auto mechanic, am I correct? Do you need a tailor? And call the tailor, say, bring your tape rule. My car is having a problem. Use your tape rule. How is a tailor going to fix a car? You don't even invite a doctor. A doctor can't fix your car. A doctor can't discern, diagnose your car. He can't, because that is outside the assignment of a doctor. Here's what I'm saying to you. Purpose should decide who your partner should be. Not beauty, not looks. How many of you have seen the latest Mercedes Maybach? Whoosh. Can somebody tell me some of the cars that you like, some of your finest car? Can somebody tell me, give me your brand? Huh? Say it again. Porsche, Dodge. You like the noise, right? Say. Range Rover, fantastic. Lamborghini, Ferrari. Now here's a question. They are all beautiful. Am I correct? Here's what I want to ask. What I want to ask you. If you want to cross a river or you want to cross an ocean, do you need a Lamborghini? You need a Ferrari. Can you see that because of the assignment before you, Lamborghini has become useless? If you marry a Lamborghini to cross a river, that's where your marriage will end. Because now you will realize that your wife or your husband is a burden. Because now someone that should help you cross the river is the one you must carry across the river. I don't know how to listen. Many are weeping. Pastors are weeping. Leaders are weeping because of what I'm telling you. Many have come to the river where they need their wives and their husband to help them cross the river of life to the next phase, only to realize the wife I married, the husband I marry is incapable of the assignment before me. Now my partner is going to become my burden. I have to carry someone that should be helping me to get across. And this is the point at which many, it is at this point when I'm looking at how do I cross this river with this kind of person. This is a Lamborghini where I need a boat. The assignment before me requires a boat, but the person I went and picked is a car. And the car is incapable of carrying out the function of the boat. Now you will come to realize beauty means nothing. I love the shape of the Dodge. Yeah, see the witty shape. Okay, so shape has come to river swim. So see the back, enter water, cross the river. The back has not even become a problem. Because now we need to move forward, but there's something taking us backwards. Whatever that means to you. Some of you, God will forgive your heart. The way your mind is thinking, we're talking about Maybach. I don't know what your mind is thinking about. Are you getting the message? Don't marry for aesthetics. Marry for assignment. There's nothing wrong with aesthetics. Let it be that what is wired for your assignment is beautiful. But what is beautiful may not be wired for your assignment. Function is superior to fashion. Because by nature, fashion fades away. Function. Have you noticed that cars, the basic function of a car is to move? Am I correct? And basically, all cars need tires. They need engine. They need seat inside. Function. Is that okay? Now, whether it comes in a Mercedes body, or it comes in a Lamborghini body, or it comes in a Tesla body, whether it comes with silver heads and hoods and all of that, whether it comes with gold touch and stuff like that, voice activated, whatever, the most important thing is function, movement. What is the value of a beautiful car that doesn't move? Purpose. What is your assignment on earth? Can I share this with you? This was the greatest regret of a man of God they called Moses. Anybody know Moses? You remember that man? The greatest regret of Moses is not doing ministry with his wife. When ministry opportunity came, when the time came for Moses to step into ministry, he realized that the woman he married before he discovered his assignment is incapable of going along with him. She became the greatest burden of his life. She cursed him. Spend time to know why you exist. Don't be too much in a hurry to know who to marry. Who to marry for what? And as a lady, don't marry face, don't marry shape, don't marry size, marry space. Pastor Sam, what do you mean by that? Hello, lady, you were created to be a what? Talk to me loud. You are created to be what? So what you are looking for is there space for the kind of help I have to offer in the life of this man? Hello, sir. What is your assignment? Where are you going to? Based on your assignment, I will see whether the kind of preparation I've been going for is for the kind of person that you are and the assignment you have. Is there space in your life for my assignment? For my gift, for my talent, for my abilities, for how beautiful she is, how tall she is, and all of that. Question now becomes, what is your assignment? It was the assignment before Adam. God looked at the man and said, I will make him a help meet for him. Because the man that will carry out the assignment, needs someone on assignment to the man. You didn't hear what I just said right now? I think I'm saying too many things. I think maybe they are too big for you. I don't know. Can I say, guys, don't marry a woman for your assignment. Marry a woman who have an assignment to you. She is not to carry out your own assignment. She is to carry out an assignment to you. If the woman walks you, you will walk your walk. Never marry a woman who doesn't desire you. Hello, guys. The first thing to establish, you must be 100% sure this woman desires me, for her desire shall be unto her husband. Any woman whose desire you doubt, don't settle with a marriage. You will have to listen to this over and over. Play it in your car because it will make sense maybe 40 days after now. Her desire shall be who, sir? To her husband. Never marry a woman who doesn't desire you. How are you? You know, I was just thinking about you. It's like I've not spoken to you today. No, sweetheart. We just spoke together about 30 minutes ago. Oh, really? Time has gone. Which time? You know, I just like hearing your voice. I just like being around you. I'm not talking about the fact that she's manipulative about you. I'm not saying she has anxiety disorder. I'm not saying she's having avoidance disorder. I'm not saying she has any manipulative attachment. No. I'm saying that there is this genuine desire for who you are. It begins with knowing your purpose. Help me ask your neighbor, say, what will be your purpose? Say, why are you here on earth? What is your difference? What is your uniqueness? These are the questions to ask yourself. What am I here for? So, sir, this was what I discovered when I was going to decide who was going to be. I was in Abuja here, and I had 3 ladies, one working at the airport, 2 of them businesswomen. The 2 businesswomen, they all have houses, one in Garki, one in Apo. The 2 of them multi-millionaires. One of them secretary AGM First Bank. And all these ladies, they have opened their heart. Pastor Sam, you are the one I want to marry. And okay, my pastor is not here. 1 or 2 of my pastors, there were some of my pastors who were also working with them to make sure I fall into the trap. Because one of them has promised one of my pastors that if he can work on me, that she end up marrying me, she will get him visa to London. So I was the meal ticket for London. But sir, at that period I didn't have a house. In Abuja here, I didn't have a car. I didn't have a car of my own. But I was wise enough to know that marriage is not car. Car will soon go out of fashion. House will soon go out of fashion. Then you will now come to the reality of who you married. I said, God, is this a woman? And the Lord said, I did not call you into this world to marry a woman so you can become wealthy. I will bless you. You don't need a woman to become blessed. I will bless you. He said, none of them is the one. I said, so Lord, who is the person? And listen to the question God asked me. The Lord said, when you were doing ministry in Lagos, who was the person that loves your ministry genuinely and was supporting, assisting the men who were working with you, not for anything, sir? Mama Oye. Sir, as a young girl, she was doing business between Abuja and Lagos. Mama came and met one of my pastors and said, sir, how much will it cost to be printing flyer for our miracle night? So Mama Oye began to fund the flyers for our miracle nights. She didn't meet me. She met the pastor in charge. She says, I don't tell pastor I want to be paying for it. Number 2, all the pastors around me, she will buy them singlets, short boxers, and all of that. She buys them, buy water, give them money to say, sir, keep doing the work. And God asked me a question. He said, remember Rebecca? She gave to the servants of Isaac, to the servant of Abraham, she gave them water without meeting a man, without knowing that it was a marriage mission they came for. Look at that person that genuinely loves you without having any ulterior motive about marriage. Somebody who just likes you. Some of you men, may God forgive you. The one that likes you is the one you turn your back on. The one that is going to kill you is the one you are pursuing. Slap any brother around you, say you are loose, you are delivered. Let me tell the brother, you've not been seeing me, I've been around you, I've been around. Come on. Now, yet you will go marry later, come back home. After 6 months, you go to grow lean. I don't they see fire. Nonsense. See the one giving you water. You will leave that one. Because Rebecca began to give them water. You will not marry that one that is, every time the person talks to you, she just talks to me, she cools me down. Slap your brother, say they are talking to you. Anytime you meet with this one, you put just talk, you live there recharged. You feel there, you live there happy, you live there feeling like a king. But the people from your village will not let you rest. Your forefathers from the village, who still want you back in the village, they will turn your eyes away from that one. And the next thing they will tell you, can't you see that one? The one that the closer you get to, the farther she goes. And then when you get closer, what are you looking for? When she roll her eye like this, what are you looking for? You go and meet your friend, say, don't worry, she's playing hard to get. She's playing hard to get. Say, that's the one, I will do anything to get her. Even when God is warning you that can't you see the whiskers and the vibrancy of the lion? Say, that's where I'm going to. Then boom, you get married. And then you are like, hello, sweetheart, can you come? To where? Ah, sweetheart, you are my wife. You don't command me. Ah, sweetheart, you don't talk to me like this. Shut up. Do I look like somebody you command? You went to school, I went to school. What is the problem? You make your money, I make my money. So what is the issue? Who are you? Then you now call Papa, PPH. When is PPH? With our God. Now that's how you go remember PPH. Fire don't burn. Papa, please pray. The devil has entered. The devil didn't enter anywhere. You saw the sign. You saw the sign. But the people from your village won't let you rest. Same thing with those of us who are sisters. They go, shut up. And you go and tell your friends. They say, come. But this guy you're going to, the way this guy is talking to you, no, don't mind him. Don't mind. You know, that's how guys always like, they just try to be hard. He's just trying to prove that he's a man. And then, but the other day told you, get out of my car. I'm dropped now. Out. And you press the brake and boom, open the door. Out. And it drop you right in the middle of the road. I'm talking to somebody here. Drop you right in the middle of the road. And drove away. Please, I don't know what I said that offended you. Forgive me. Let's continue. Help me slap a lady around you. Say something they do you. Say, no, Papa. And I were like, my sister, are you sure you're in the right? Papa, Papa, you know, man, eh? You know, he's a very nice guy. Just that anytime that thing come on him, that's something come. Like, he's a very nice guy. Papa, it's just that thing, eh? That's the only thing. Papa, you see, Papa, you know, there's no way you marry somebody that's 100%, eh? Lecture me now. Lecturer. Papa, you know there's no way you marry somebody that's 100%. See, Papa, you understand, eh? You get what I'm saying? Eh? Be rotating your head. I am 22 years in marriage. You're about to start. You saw the signs. What I'm telling you happened in this city. Happened in this city. My wife and I called this girl and we said, sweetheart, this guy she called me, she was crying. The guy parked his car and told her to get out, slapped her in the car. I said, sweetheart, I even personally called the guy. I said, sir, I'm not sure the two of you should get married. The two of you need to be healed. Otherwise, you damage each other in marriage. 1 hour I spent with this guy on the phone. The girl still went ahead. Got married. Barely 6 months into their marriage. Papa, I said, what is the problem? She said, the guy is bringing girls into the house. She has them recorded. He will sleep with girls in their matrimonial home. Long and short of it today, they already have a child, but they are no longer together. The marriage has ended. Brilliant girl. It has changed her status. She's now a divorced woman looking for a husband. Take this thing seriously. Purpose definition. Make sure that you know that this person, my assignment is to cross water. I am going to be crossing water all the time. So I need a partner that can provide me that kind of assistance, a boat partner. You can't marry a partner that hates water and your assignment has to do with water. You know, I want to marry you, and but hey, can we talk, please? I like you, and the only problem I have is I see that there are a lot of people around you. People always come around you. And I'm not comfortable. I see a lot of girls around you. I'm a speaker. I'm a singer. I sing. It's women that will promote my music. Women like my. Oh well, that's where the problem lies. I saw a picture. You were snapping with one girl, and you did like this, and your shoulder was touching her body. They are fans. No, that's exactly what I'm saying. You don't know what I'm saying. You think they are fan, but she has intention. Now, so you mean 100 women have intention on me alone? So here you are, your assignment has to do with the public, but the person you marry hates the public. That will be the beginning of your downfall. Purpose. Purpose should decide partner. Have I sufficiently made that clear to you? Purpose definition. Number 3, destination connection. That is closely connected to purpose definition. Destination connection. Are we heading the same way? Do we feel for the same thing? As I'm talking about going to the nations, I'm planning to set my business around the world. I hope you are not getting married to somebody who say, look, sorry, all this talk, you know, today when we are talking, you are telling me about your business. We're going to be in Canada. We're going to be, your mouth is very big. Why can't we stay in one place? Here you are talking global, the person you want to marry. And I shared with you what happened in Nigeria here. My own pastor way back in 1992, one of the most respected teachers of the word of God that you know. 20 years after marriage, his wife looked at him and she said, sorry, that look, resign, stop, shut down the ministry you are doing in Nigeria. That I want us to be in America. The man said, sorry, God didn't call me to America. God called me to Nigeria. She said, sorry, it's either you go with me to America or the marriage comes to an end. I can't stay with you. 20 years after marriage, anytime she wants to go to America, he will provide money. She will go for 6 months. She will stay there for as many months as she wants. She is more American minded. The man of God is focused on Nigeria. 20 years after, that's how the marriage ended. Destination connection. Are we heading the same way? Are we passionate about the same thing? Do we have similar interests? Is there a connection between the two of us? Number 4, love expression. Love expression definition. You must, you listen. My God. Can I get some water? Here's something I want to say to you. Open that for me. Thank you. Thank you. Here's something I want to say to you. Define how you receive love and define how you give love. That will simplify relationship. For instance, when I was going to get married to when I got married to my wife, I like giving. I show love by giving gift. It could be money, it could be anything, you know. So I want to buy shoe, very beautiful snake stuff. I bought that for my wife, and I came home and I dropped it. Barely a few months into our marriage, I kept it on the table, and I said, "Hey, baby, how are you?" And she said, "Fine," from the kitchen. And I said, "Guess what? I bought you something." And my wife came out, and my wife looked at it. She said, "Thank you." And my wife went back to the kitchen. Now, if you grew up in my own era, we grew up watching Indian film. You didn't watch Indian film. You watch Telemundo. Shine Indian film, Dramendra. Johnny man. Johnny come on. Johnny man. And then somebody will go on their knees. When you buy gift for the woman, Johnny man. Hey! I was expecting Indian wife to manifest. She comes and says, "Thank you," and she went inside. That day, even though I was a pastor, that day, thank God we're not in America. That is a good time to get a gun. I don't even know why you are laughing. You're supposed to be pitying me. You're supposed to feel for me. It's very, right? Very sad. That day I went and sat down. In the night, she now came. I brought your food. So, first of all, the problem was that she didn't even know what she did. She now brought me food. Hoping to, because they taught her from home that the way to the heart of a man through food. So she too now brought food, hoping I was going to look at it first and say, oh my God, wow, you two come, I hug you. I say, God, don't catch you. It's payback time. So when she brought the food, I said, sorry, I don't feel like eating. I was dead hungry. I said, I don't feel like eating. She said, but I spent all my time. I said, where's Mama Way? She's somewhere. She said, I spent all my time. I prepared from morning to I prepared the food. You will not eat. In my mind, I said, me too. I went to the market. I looked for the shoe. Johnny, man. Hey. Payback time. At that point, we were all hurting. She is hurting that I didn't eat her food. I'm hurting that she didn't appreciate my gift. So we slept like that. The next day morning, God woke me up. He said, you are going the way of your father. That's exactly what your father normally does. Whenever your mother offends him, he will not eat her food and cook his own food. Let this mark the end of not eating your wife's food under any guise for the rest of your life. And that marked the end of it. But here's where I'm going to. That day I now said, but God, look at what she did. He said, you don't understand the woman. Let every man dwell with women according to knowledge. An ignorant man will mess up his marriage. Let every man dwell with women. How, sir? According to the knowledge of women. So every man must pursue special knowledge about women. You must read about women. That marked the beginning of my study about women. And that's how I stumbled on a study called gender dialect. That's when I got to know that genders have a way they speak love. Women don't talk love like men do. That was before 5 love language came out. That was the book, that was a study that helped me. And I got to realize that my wife was expecting me to come and show her love in the kitchen. So when I came back, she was expecting me to come to the kitchen and say, hi sweetie, how was your day? And just even touch her, how can I help you? That was what she was just expecting. But me, I came bragging with my gift. Expecting a song from India. I didn't get one from Warri. I said, oh, now I see. And then 5 love language came out. So I got to know that my wife's love language is act of service. That's how she receives love. That's how she gives love. My own, I receive love with quality time. I give love with gifts. So understand your love expression. The book, they see the book, 5 love language. Waiting with this one, they get love, get language. All these American people. You better read the book now. So that when someone comes into your life and say, look, how do I love you? You just simply say, look, don't stress yourself for me. If you want to show me love, help me. My love language is act of what, sir? Simplify the journey. You want to love me. You want me to be happy. Before we get married, we may not do all the love, touch, romance. But please, once in a while, hold my hand. Let's cross the road. Once in a while, just touch me on the back. I am a physical touch person. I'm a person of word of affirmation. Please, I need you to speak right words. They matter to me. Don't leave somebody guessing. How should I love her? Hey, God bless you. You are the sweetest sugar in my tea. They look at it. Wait, all this kind of nonsense. So they talk. And the guy feels broken. I was just trying to show you love. But that's not the way she internalizes love. For instance, my wife, now I go and meet my wife and I'll be saying, Mary, Mary. The only sugar. But before you finish, with my wife slap you. Your poetry will stop. Because my wife does not internalize love like that way. You know why? My wife has been surrounded by too many people who will tell you what they don't mean. So my wife finds it difficult to believe when people are told these flattery words. My wife doesn't believe it. I'm showing you how that if you're going to be happily married, define how you receive love and how you give love. How you give love may not be how you receive love. Am I making sense to you here? How many of you have seen that book, 5 Love Languages? Raise your hand. Raise it up very well. How many of you have read it? What are the 5 love languages? Number 1. Loud and clear. Confirmation. Number 5, character definition. Please, I'll rush through this in 3 minutes. I'm out of here. Character definition. Make sure before you settle with anybody, define their character and define your own character. Character is superior to anything in marriage. You will live with character. The character of a person will decide the happiness or the lack of it in your marriage. Character. Don't play with red flags. When you start seeing bad characters in manifestation, don't play with bad attitude, bad behaviors. Don't play with them. When you see them, don't say, oh, the person will change. Number 6, gender need. Gender need definition. Define what the gender you want to marry. Define what that gender needs. For instance, if you're going to marry a man, what is one major thing men need the most? What is the number 1 thing men need? Say it louder. Say it so that they can hear. Because some of them don't know. Say it louder. Respect. Respect is like the oxygen a man breathes. The absence of it will choke him. A man may be fighting you and you will not know why, and he doesn't know why. And it's because he feels disrespected. So know what every gender need, and particularly know what the gender you're about to marry, the person you're about to marry. Even though all men need respect, all men don't receive respect the same way. So make sure the person you want to marry, make sure you get to know how the person wants to be what? Respected. What is the number 1 need of women? Men. Men, what is the number 1 need of women? See the way the women answer your own straight. Please, all women, let's hear them now. Men, let's hear men. All men, what is the number 1 need of women? Balance. Confusion. Money. Women, what is your number 1 need? Maybe you are even the one confusing the men. You don't even know what you know. You don't know what you need. Okay, 1 minute. What is your number 1 need, women here? Attention. All women here, if that's your number 1 need, raise your hand. Attention. Women here, what is your number 1 need? Love. If love is your number 1 need, women, raise your hand. Love, raise your hand. Over here, women, what is your number 1 need? Attention. Auntie Oma, what? Love, attention. What is your number 1 need? Attention. Okay. Attention. Let me have, come to me. Come to me. Let me have 2 of you. Let me have you 2, the lady on white. Come, yeah. Yeah, the lady coming on black. Come. God bless you. Any other attention here? Come. Come. Okay. Can I have the microphone? Sorry, ma. Attention is number one need, right? What does this attention mean to you? You use the microphone.
Attention means
Educate the guys.
attention means giving all your time and
Where are you running to? Come back to my class. Where are you running to? Question. How was your father's marriage? Study where he's coming from, where she's coming from. You know why? People from broken homes end up sometimes breaking you. People from homes where they were hurt end up hurting you, except God heals them. Do you understand that? So define the kind of family the person is coming from. Lastly, make sure you get divine approval definition. Meaning, divine approval definition. If God knows, say yes. If everybody says it's good, don't go. If God doesn't say yes, if everybody says yes, don't move. There are 8 relationships I want to talk to you that you need to build in order to have a marriage and relationship that is very successful. But because of our time, I must respect your moment, and we'll push that over to another session by the grace of God. Maybe I will do that on TikTok so that we can just get on today. I'm sure you've been blessed today. Has it been of any value to you? Thank you so much, and I'm sure there's going to be room for questions. You have any question? I'm just going to take few questions. I know some of you want to ask questions. John, go ahead, take on with the question.
Thank you very much, Papa. Please, if you have any question here, you can just come out. We'll take very few questions. And for those online, we can unmute you and you can ask your questions live, or you can just post your questions there. But from the Global Single Network, our WhatsApp group, if you are there, please, can I see your hands up? Can you wave?
Wow. Wow.
Please, let's put our hands together.
Amazing. Wave your hands again. Let me see our Global Singles Network. Amazing. How many of us join us on TikTok when I normally come on live? TikTok. Amazing. We're coming back. I've been jumping all over some places. But we're coming back. Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, so I collected some questions yesterday. Please, if you have a live question, you can come up now or just write it and send to me. So someone is asking, and I'm super glad you spoke about it when you were speaking today.
Yes.
And this question came last night. In deciding who to marry, should I consider my purpose, now she's a lady, or my capacity?
Your purpose will decide your capacity. Because what you are assigned to do will decide the capacity you should have. Is that okay? If I want to swim underwater, I must develop the capacity to stay underwater. So it is assignment that decides capacity, not the other way around.
Okay, she meant capacity in helping a man. So when she's looking at a man, should she be thinking about what she's called to do for her life, or what she's built to do for a man?
No, now here's how it works. First, you as a lady must know what, that's why I'm talking about this today. You as a lady must know exactly what you want to accomplish with your life. Marriage is not the only reason you exist. Is that okay? Marriage is a part of why you exist, not the only reason why you exist. Everybody lift your hands up like this. Okay, fantastic. So this is, I love the way you've all done it. This is the way life works. Marriage is one part of your life. Career is another part of your life. Spirituality is a part of your life. Your own social life is part of your life. And then your family extended, all part of your life. Do you understand that? Here's the game. You should have all these other ones going on well for you. Is that okay? Marriage is not all of this. Your life is not all about marriage. That is why those who focus on only marriage, when that marriage has a problem, the whole of their life shut down. Do you understand? Look at it. Raise it up again. If you are having problems, somebody say marriage. So your thumb is like your marriage. If you are having problem with relationship and marriage, fold it, Fold it. Does that stop other aspects of your life from functioning? So keep all the other aspects of your life. Your career should be going on. Your love for God, serving God should be going on. Pending when we fix this thing called relationship and marriage, other aspects of my life must be moving on. Does that make sense? God forbid, should there be a divorce? Have you noticed some people that they cut their thumb? A divorce is like when you break this finger or you cut it. Is that okay? Without this finger, can't these ones walk? So don't let the destruction or don't let the breakup or the divorce you have. A breakup is like the folding of the hand. A divorce is like the cutting of the thumb. But that should not stop your other fingers from working. Keep your life moving on. Is that okay? But pastor, will I ever find marriage again? I'm sure you've heard about finger attachment, whereby they'll get another finger. Sometimes the one they will bring is being well doctored properly, and by the time they attach it to you, it will even do better function than the one that was there before. There is what we call bionic thumbs, meaning that instead of normal veins, they put strings in them. That one, if you use it to grab something, it will be difficult for that thing to be taken out of your hands, because it was bionically built. It was built with consideration. So sometimes the one that failed may not be compared with the one that God is about to bring. Don't fold your life because of your marriage or your relationship. Keep them going on until God fixes this. Does that make sense? All right.
All right. Thank you very much, Papa. The next question, I'm just going to join two together. Someone is asking, I don't like the quality of men that come my way, and I know I deserve better. Should I settle? And the next question is saying, my family thinks I will be married by now if I dress more attractive, but the kind of work I do does not allow me to slay.
Does not allow you to slay. I get you. All right, so here's the game. The first question has to do with the fact that, what's that first question?
The quality of guys.
If the quality of guys that are coming your way are low quality guys, just simply look at your environment, change the environment. Is that okay? You will always get a fish from the kind of pond you have around you. It's like somebody just cried in the spirit now. Now listen to me. Listen to me. Now here is the game. Don't think my tama is what I mean. Again, if you go to my tama, you might be shocked to know that that's not where you're going to find what you're looking for. What we are saying is, if you are in a predominantly less educated environment, how do you expect in a less educated environment to find someone that is educated? Are you catching what I'm saying here now? Number two, if you are in a community that is predominantly women, Lekki Phase 1, I'm sure you know Lekki Phase 1 area, you have predominantly what? That's why they call it Lekki girls. You understand that? You are predominantly women. The danger there, that's why Lekki girls, you will see them in the evening, you see them in specific joints. They don't mind any guy that they can get there. Some of them will just go for the guy because you have less concentration of guys there, because most guys can't afford life there. So you are not, there's nothing wrong with you. Sometimes it's about the environment where you are. It decides the kind of fish. You cannot get a shark from a small pond. If you want to fish for sharks, you go to high seas. If you stay by the river very close to you here in Dawaki, and the one close to you in Pigo, that running stream, you will have tilapia fish. And don't be angry. That, you mean all this day I've been waiting, is this small fish that came? That's exactly what you get here. You want bigger something, you go to River Niger, Lokoja. You want something bigger than that, head towards Lagos, go to inside the Atlantic Ocean. Can you see how environment decides what you attract? Exposure. You cannot have limited exposure and want to have global attraction. Some of you nobody has seen you beyond the people in your neighborhood. That is why coming to a meeting like this helps you. The sad part of it is that you came with your friend, you sat with your friend. When we say go and greet people, you hold your friend. After the meeting, you are walking out with this same old friend that has added nothing special to you. Let me look at your friends after service. No, follow me, I beg. I'm changing. Here is the game. You say, oh, but Pastor, who is the guy that I can connect with here? Here's what I want to tell you. The lady next to you that you don't know somebody that she doesn't need that you need. The lady next to you, her brother is looking for a wife. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So be nice to the lady you've never met before. She has a brother, she has a cousin, she knows someone that she doesn't need but you need. So immediately after this meeting now, network with somebody else. All right? Talk to me, man.
Thank you very much, Papa. Someone is asking, I check all the boxes in my opinion. Why am I still single? And how can I deal with jealousy when my loose friends are getting married?
Oh, no. Your loose friends get married because of loose things they do. Is that okay? And if you want to get married like them, then you have to do loose things, and it comes with a price. You are a child of God. Beyond marriage, there is something called heaven. Beyond marriage, there's someone called God. Marriage is not the ultimate. You still have God to deal with. So don't lower your standard because your friends are getting married. Is that okay? Wait on the Lord. Wait on your time. Now you check all the boxes. We don't know what those boxes means. And then the other side of it is that the boxes were created by you. And you are not the one that will marry you. So the box you should check are the boxes that someone outside has created. Someone outside is hoping that someone will check. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So you can't be saying, look at me, I am beautiful. Says who? That's good. Say it to yourself. I am nice. Says who? Yes, say it to yourself. But don't, because of that, now think that that's how somebody else sees you. What nice means to you may not be what nice means to somebody else. So here's what I want to challenge you. Begin to look outward. Begin to think more about someone outside. A man who wants to marry me, what is he looking for? Start thinking more about the person outside rather than thinking about yourself. So you can check all the boxes that you created, and that may not still get you married. All right. Yes, sir. What's your question? Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Okay. Thanks so very much for the teaching today, sir. So I have just one simple question. Because okay, thank you very much. So my question is this: going to the key point that I had today, I think it's somehow similar to someone that I know, a friend of mine. So she seems to be lost or to be overwhelmed by.
Maybe you shift to the other side. The mic is here.
Okay. She seems to be overwhelmed by her background and her past experience. She's actually from a broken home.
Yes.
So, but most times she's just someone I'm just getting along to meet, and most times maybe when we are conversing, she just come up with some unusual attitude, and when I try to press in to know what the issue is, she just started lamenting. Basically, she said her mom always accused her of her being wicked and heartless. And the question I asked her is, and do you believe those reports? She said yes, she believes, because most times she also exhibited those characters, and it's like she got it from her dad's side. So sometimes I try to explain to her that I understand mom's point of view. She has a broken home and all of that. So, but you as a daughter, did you believe those reports? She said she believes. Okay, now that you believe, what do you want to do about it? Do you want to remain that way? She was just like, she doesn't just know what to do. Maybe she will just succumb to fate and all of things like that. So even I personally am beginning to even withdraw myself from her, because if you have such a belief, I don't even know how to help you if at all I have help to offer. So now my question now is, What suggestion would you have for me and possibly in extension to her?
You should have brought her here. Is that not where we started from today?
I actually invited her, but she said she has a wedding she's already committed to today.
So what are you going to do now? Get her to watch this broadcast. Is that okay? The first thing she needs to do is to say, I am not. That's where her journey must begin. She has believed what she was told, and she has become what she has believed. As many as believe on him, he gave them power to become. Anything you believe will empower you to become it. If you believe you are a failure, it will empower you to fail maximally. If you believe you are not good, it will empower you to see no good in your life. So her major problem first has to do with dealing with what she had been told, dealing with what she had believed. So we need to go back. So she needs help. Get her to meet some of our leaders. Pastor Nta is here. He's going to work with her. Pastor Shego is here. They'll be more than willing to work with her. Is that okay? Trust me, you can fix it. And hey, don't allow love to blind you to what you are seeing. That is a serious problem. And she has already told you, if we don't fix this, if I show you wickedness in marriage, don't blame me. I already told you I'm wicked. So don't think your marriage will fix her. No, she needs to be fixed with evidence that she has changed before you get married to her. That's if God said you should marry her.
Okay, thank you, Papa. We have Gladness Adesina live with us here on Zoom.
Okay.
She's asking, is it okay to not want to get married at all? Do you have to get married, especially when you are not exactly seeing yourself getting married at all? Would not get married have any effect in your life?
No. If you see yourself not getting married, there's no need getting married. I mean, you are the only one, you are the only person that will deal with not being married. So if you don't want to get married, you don't have to be married. It's not compulsory to be married. Paul the apostle actually said, it is even better than some people don't marry. Is that okay? So it's not compulsory to marry. You don't have to. If you don't want to share your space, your time, your life with anybody, be single. Enjoy your life, have fun, serve God, bless humanity, adopt somebody's children, make a difference in the world. There are so many people who are making a difference. They are not married. Pastor Poju just got married recently. Am I correct? Just about a few years ago, Pastor Poju got married. Until he got married, he was making impact. There are some other ministers, who are making impact, and they are not married. Sometimes marriage, if you are not careful, will slow you up. Because as a single, you can wake up today, you fly to Kaduna to go and preach. Tomorrow, you go to Niger. From there, you cross to Mali. From Mali, you just say, okay, they are calling you also in South Africa, you just cross. But if you're having children, you can't do that. Okay? I went to Kaduna yesterday, I had to come back because I have family. The only time when I can be doing all that kind of stuff is when I travel with my family. So marriage has a way of slowing you up. It stabilizes your success. If you want freedom without restraint, be single. And nobody will, it's your life. You travel, you go to Hawaii, you go to underwater, you can stay underwater for hours, nobody is calling you. You can go do jumbo jumping, you go to Kenya, you play in the safari, you play with lion, elephant, you climb on top of elephant. If you fall, you only fall by yourself. So but if you break your leg as a married woman, it's going to affect your children. But if you break it as a single person, you are just by yourself. So you are the only one, they'll hang your leg. Nobody is. So, there's a lot with singlehood. When you are single, you are single. Yeah. If there's anybody that wants to ask question live on YouTube, on Zoom, they should connect them so that they can ask me live. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. You're welcome. Yes. Come. Yeah. Come close. Come. You said they will smoke or something. Talk to
Like, what I'm trying to say is where they get all their boldness from. Like, you see a guy,
So talk to me about where they get it. That's why.
maybe from what they smoke, I don't know. Because I don't understand.
And
why
church boys don't smoke
they
those
don't
things.
smoke, so I don't know, because the boldness is not there. So I don't know why a 20 years old boy we see a lady like me and he'll be like, I like you. Like, this is something our church boys don't do. We will bath in the morning, we'll dress up, we'll use our perfume and all. We'll come to church and we'll be expecting these guys to come. They will not. And these guys outside, they just come and they have this boldness. So my question is, how do we cope with guys that they are spiritual, but they're just lukewarm, they are not all that spiritual, and they like us, and we, in the other hand, we are spiritual and we like Jesus, and it's very difficult to drag them to church. So now how can we balance these things since the church boys are not coming, and these ones, and we cannot chase these ones all the time, and me, I'm not called to be an evangelist, be dragging guys to church. So how do we balance it? That's my question. I have 3 questions. And
So
second,
so we will need to know those things that they smoke. So that go ahead. Yeah.
the second question is about love expression. As
Okay.
teaching.
Yeah.
Like myself, personally, I'm a hard lover. I don't know what that means. Like when I'm in love,
Wait. You are a hard lover. You don't know what it means. Okay. So when you are in love,
when I'm in love, I'm there, I'm available, I'm everything. I'm willing to share everything.
Got
I'll
you.
give you 100%.
Okay.
So I've been finding it very difficult over time
Okay.
to, when I meet people, some, I don't know, it's just a mere misunderstanding. They misunderstand whatever I'm bringing. Maybe they were not properly loved at home.
Okay.
So when you give them too much, they'll think you are desperate.
Okay.
Or, okay, maybe someone wants to get married and all.
Do we have a witness in the house?
Then my third question is, okay, I never had this fatherly love growing up. Like
Okay.
when my mom gave birth to me, because I'm a girl and all, I had 3 elder sisters and all.
Okay.
So my dad died like 17 years ago.
Sorry
And
about
I was very young. I was in primary school. So it's just myself and my sisters in the house. So I've never lived with a man before.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is to take care of a man.
Got you.
So it always make me crave for a man's attention.
Okay.
I like keeping male friends.
Gotcha.
Because I have just one brother. I like keeping male friends. I like going out with guys. I really want to know about guys. I like having guys around. And most of the time, I don't see it happening because these guys, at the end of the day, end up misunderstanding the whole thing.
Got you.
I don't know
You are just around. You are just around to learn more about them. But because you do it and you're showing love, guys don't understand your exploration. Attention from a guy, attention to a guy, simply tells the guy you need sex. See, all the you are just trying to say, I want to know guys, I just want to study them. So, hey guys, I just want to know you. Okay, so you guys, how do you normally think? So all those ones, we don't understand that the moment you are around us, you are playing with us, you're going out with us, in our mind, she needs sex, period. Is that okay? So that's the way an average guy thinks. So that is why you always have a situation whereby the more you hang around a guy, over time, the guy begins to think that what you're looking for is sex. Okay? All right. You wanted to ask any other question or I can attempt? Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, first thing I want to say to you is, you talk about being a hard lover. Is that okay? In reality, what happened to you was that you were over-mothered. You were under-fathered. So you grew up in a place where you had women all over the place. And the language of women is love expression. Is that okay? So what happened was that you were over-mothered and you were under-fathered. So there was no balance between how a man loves and how a woman loves. So you got too much of it from mom. That's why you have so much of it to offer. Is that okay? Now, you need to be very careful when you come to a guy. When you come to a guy and you want to show him love, show guys love with discretion. Don't pour it all out. Pour it as the relationship grows. So practice what to call love expression by discretion. Meaning, I will be nice to you to the extent to which the relationship goes, you see more of me. Be like a sheep that unfolds gradually as the containers are taken. It grows. Is that okay? Don't explode. Grow. Don't pour too much. Is that okay? Start gradually. You need to be loved. You are not the one to be loving. When you come after a guy who should love you and you are the one loving him, the guy is going to think you are a cheap woman. Do you all get that? He misunderstands you. He thinks you're a very loose woman. In fact, he's going to think that's how you've been sleeping around with guys. Because here's the game. You need to be loved. Here you are the one pouring love. You are the one giving it to the guy. How are you? Is okay? Are you all right? Somebody should be asking you, are you all right? Somebody should be asking you, are you okay? But you are the one pouring everything. You know why? You grew up in the midst of what? Women. So you need to practice gender dialect. How to communicate love to a guy without making the guy feel you are the lover. You are not the lover, he's the lover. Does that make sense? God bless you. Thank you so much. Does that help us? Oh my God. And church boys, they think they smoke. All right, so let me attempt that issue. Normally, this is what, please, we need to start a meeting for the guys. All right? So we are hoping to start something called Mighty Men's Fellowship, and our fellowship here is going to organize something specially for the guys. Yes. So we need to do that. Because the problem, let me help you church girls with church guys. You see, church guys, our major problem is that, for instance, someone like me, I gave my life to Christ when I was barely 15. So I was just trying to start life when I gave my life to Christ. And then the way we were taught, don't touch a sister, don't play with a sister. You know, be careful. So the way we were raised as guys, it was such that we were not socialized. Many of us guys who grew up in church doesn't have what we call social intelligence. Many of us guys who grew up in church, we don't have social intelligence because church is not a place for socialization. Do you get it? We didn't grow in the world. We went to school. Even in school, there's school fellowship. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Then there are Christian brothers. So everything around us is about church. Then we get home, there's morning devotion. And then you finally end up going to university again, there's campus fellowship. Then we now leave campus fellowship, where again, brothers, everybody mind the way you behave, you don't touch sisters. So all those things makes us to be less sociable. And then we're not taught about how to communicate to sisters. First, don't forget that in the church, our desire, any desire for a woman, he that thinks about a woman in his heart has lusted after her. So first, the thought of a woman should not enter my heart. The moment it enters, I kill it. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So until when I am now ready for marriage, that's when I start saying, Father, who do I marry? At that point, I started allowing the thought of a woman to come in, maybe Sister BC. Now, let's assume Sister BC is the one. How do I approach her? I have not been taught. That is when most guys suddenly realize that their social intelligence is very low. Spiritual intelligence very high. They can speak in tongues around you, but just to tell you I love you, they don't know how to say it. So they'll be going around and be saying, Sister, can we pray together? Can we reach souls? Sister, can we? Look, sister, I sense a burden. God, I sense that God is calling us to reach nations. Who is we? You get what I'm saying now? So the only language that he's bold to use, spiritual language. So when I was going to propose to Mama, my wife, I invited her to our pastor's room and I told her, I said, hello, ma, my name is Sam Oye. She knows me as Pastor Sam. But when I was introducing myself, I said, I am Sam Oye. I said, you know, the first time I saw you, I look at your teeth, your dentitions. What's happening? And then I rounded up by telling her, I'll be so honored if you allow me. I want to tell you that I love you. My wife ran out. She just like, she ran out of the office. Because she couldn't believe that this is Pastor Sam talking as romantic boy. So our brothers find it, how should a Christian brother, if I call some of them, where's Manuel? That one is into poetry. But an average Christian brother, if I pick him up now and I tell him to compose a poem for a woman, he will be telling you about Jesus on his way from Nazareth and Galilee. So a brother can look at a sister and say, I love your dentitions. I love your smiles. Your cheeks are quite inviting. Now, first of all, he's been so spiritualized that to make those kind of statements make him feel carnal. So most brothers, if they have their way, they will remove Songs of Solomon from the Bible. Ask most brothers. Let me ask you, how many brothers here have read Songs of Solomon from chapter 1 to the end? Raise your hand. Raise the proper. Look at that. All the brothers in the house, raise your hands. All the brothers in the house, raise your hand. Raise your hands, really, all brothers. Imagine the numbers. You can see where I'm talking now, ma'am. And Songs of Solomon is a book that shows us the social aspect of a spiritual person. I went out to the street to seek the one whom my soul loved. What's happening? What is here? So you can see, I have not even started. Somebody is falling in love already. So our brothers need to learn it. Hello, sir. Teach them. Let them read Songs of Solomon. I saw the one that my soul loved. I went through the streets and the guard man will tell me that the one that your soul loved is not here. And I decided to go after her and all of that. The Shulamite woman, her teeth has this, her cheek has row. Imagine how he described her. Her breasts has. How did he see the breast? Her labs are like this. He gave attention. Now, how can a Christian brother give attention without feeling sinful? These are where the contradiction comes in. But the unbeliever is an unbeliever. He's a sinner. That one does not need to imagine. He has seen it not by revelation. So that's why he's bold. And like you said, he drinks what the Christian brother does not drink. Smokes what the Christian brother does not smoke. Beyond that, he goes to get charms so that when he talks to you, you fall. So please don't allow the fact that they are bold out there. Our Christian brothers, as they get confident around you, as you make them feel comfortable, their boldness find expression. And over time, the brother you thought was not bold, when you start seeing his boldness, you are the one that will be crying, Pastor, you won't kill me. Talk to me, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, Papa. So someone is asking, in the area of setting goals or discussing about your future plans before you get married. After marriage, is it possible to wake up with a new goal? And if this new goal doesn't align, what if this new goal doesn't align with that of your partner?
Communication, communication, communication. Is that okay? Listen to me. Life is in phases, so goals will always change. Life is in what? Phases. Goals will always change, but purpose remains the same. This microphone, the only reason why this microphone was created is to amplify sound. Is that okay? But can I use it to hit something? I can use it to hit something, right? I can also use it to direct. I can do that. Am I correct? But is that the purpose of the mic? But because now I want to get the attention of everybody to tell all of you, move this way, move that way, I can use it. Right? In this phase, I use it to do something outside its purpose. Has that changed the purpose? Life is in phases. Purpose remains the same. And when faces change, goals change. The goals you pursue when you are single will be different from the goals you pursue when you become married. And it will also change when you start having children. Then when you start turning 40 and you start adding weight, your goals will change. You that formerly likes to stay indoors may now find yourself wanting to go out to do exercise. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So goals will change. But here's the game. When your goals change, the only way to avoid conflict in a marriage is to communicate well. Communicate well. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my first question is, at what point do you ask about family background?
Oh, it's not like, hello, the point. We don't reach the point now. No. In actual fact, a wise person will make it part of an ongoing conversation and never make the person feel you are investigating. Huh? And the best way to make somebody unfold about their family is also talk about your own. Huh? And it starts with making statements like, I can't forget when I was very small, the way my mom will always, come, sorry, talk to me. When you were small, what was going on? My father and my mom, they always have this conflict. And that's one of the baddest things that I didn't like in between my father and my mom, when my father normally shouts at my mom. Growing up, did you experience that kind of a situation? You don't sit down like the person whose life is perfect. And you now say, come, today the time has reached.
I tried just what you
Yeah.
but the person saw it as I was asking Jack questions.
You were asking.
Jack questions.
You see that?
I started a conversation and she said about part of my childhood and expecting.
Yeah. No, it's the way you ask the question. That's why I said, don't look at it from your point of view. The way you ask, you think it's okay. Your tonality, your body language, is that okay? So it's more than just a question you ask. It was a tone. Is that okay? The tone. Number two, the tone may be right, but your body language, we'll call it posture, we'll call it gesture. And 70% of communication is your body language, not just your words. So you may be saying it the right way, but I'm looking at your body language and I'm seeing the way your body language is mannered, and I'm like, she's investigating. That's why he said it's a jam question you're asking him. All right? So the best way sometimes to do it is to make sure you really, if you notice he's an uptight person, very sensitive person, guarded person, you need to really practice disarming. That is a communication skill you need to learn. Is that okay? Otherwise, you can't fetch water from his wells.
Second question is about
Genotype,
genotype.
yes.
It was a topic of global group chat, and people were of the opinion that no, we should not add it as our bio and all that. And someone made a comment, and I remember I ended up in a relationship like that where I told my genotype from day one, and it was like, then when we get to that beach, I'll find out my own.
Yeah.
Along the line, when he found out, the way the whole thing
Yeah.
ended up very messy because people found out we were both AS.
Yeah.
And he was not willing to move forward and started making sensitive comments, of which I took personal because I have a relative that was sickle cell.
Yeah.
So now, at what point should we stand up?
From the beginning. Beginning. Before we carry two legs. Are you hearing me? Genotype. When do we talk about it? The moment you start saying your eyes look like a dove, say yes. Your cheek look like a roe, fine. Bros, are you done? Thank God. Our next conversation, sorry sir, before we go into deep poetry, can we confirm your genotype? What is your genotype? Is that okay? From the word go, from the beginning. You don't go deep into relationship where you've really steered each other's emotions. The pain of separation is traumatic. So why go deep before you now call it off? And so I will encourage from the beginning. And the beginning means once we know we both have AS and AS. Now, it doesn't mean we can't get married. It just that means that we should know the implication. God has the power to make sure we don't have children that turn out to be sickle cell. At the same time, it is not guaranteed. And you get what I'm saying now? There's no guarantee that it may not happen. So there's a tendency it could happen. And it doesn't mean God doesn't like us. So, and then there's an other side to it, which is the fact that we can apply advanced technology, which is now available. It's just a little bit expensive. But if we can weather the storm, we have the money, we can do all that technology stuff. We love each other, we can move ahead. But let's
deal with the issue of stubbornness. The lady is determined to do whatever she wants and she will refuse to do anything else.
Is this a guy asking the question?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He has a lady who wouldn't do anything else.
Yes.
And so the first thing is to create room for her to pursue everything she wants to do. Create room for outside his house. Wake up in the morning and pursue squirrels and just... So what you do is not to put such a person in a zoo. You take the person, you carry the person from the zoo, which is marriage. You carry the person out to the wild, like in Kenya. Or you take the person inside the bush and say, today I release you. So, once you see stubbornness like that, it is not feministic. It is not the way God created a woman. By design, a woman is created to submit. So stubbornness is contrary to the design of a woman. It means something has gone wrong with that woman. She is emotionally, something is wrong.
Let me take this one before.
Yes.
If a man keeps calling you, sorry, this person needs help. If a man keeps calling you sweet names like my love, my darling, my sweetheart, and he has not said anything, and he calls or chats you once in a while, does this mean he's interested in you or he loves you? Or he loves you? Do you need to hope for his approach?
Hope.
Is it substance?
Now, here is the game. Never let anybody lead you on. You are no longer a child. The moment somebody starts saying, you know, a baby, and they're like, sorry, can we talk? You need to let me know, sorry, what kind of relationship are we in? Let the person define it. Don't be afraid to tell a guy, define this relationship. Is that okay? And if you just say, sorry, oh, there's nothing, no, I just like calling you baby, say, from today, my name is Margaret. You will not use your own to block the road for somebody else. Because if another guy hear you calling me baby, they will think I'm taking. So tell him, from today, my name is what? Not just Margaret, oh, Maggie. Is that okay? Talk to me. Yes, ma'am.
That was the first question, actually.
God has answered the question.
That was the first question. And the second one is, how will you deal with someone that is more highly educated than you? Like, for instance, you have a degree, and the person has first and second degree, and PhD, master's. How will you deal with that kind of person? He's highly educated than you.
And the person wants to marry you. Oh, come close, come. Sorry, when you people
No, not like married, you're just getting to know. But when he's talking to you, you know that the kind of English he's using, sometimes you don't really understand. And you're just trying to get along, just to understand what he's saying.
So what you're saying is that the guy has PhD, all those kind of things, and when he's speaking English, you don't understand sometimes some of the things he say, but you just like, yeah, you get it, yeah. You follow along.
Because you're not wrong.
You never know when he says something that implicates you, and you say yes, yes. All right. So, but when you are when you are meeting, when you're talking together, does the guy bring out certificates for you before we start talking? These are my PhD, PG. The guy just talks to you. He does not bring his degree on board. It's just that you are intimidated, right? You are intimidated. Because that's what's happening right now. You are feeling insecure. Am I correct? Insecurity should drive you to better yourself. God has brought somebody your way now that should make you grow. If he's going to be your husband, step up. And you need to show him that you too, you are stepping up to be his wife. For instance, if you are very smart, register for a master's program. That will show him you are a growth-minded person. And it will show him that he has a future with you. And you then start making language like, as soon as I finish this one, I want to go for my PhD. Is that okay? And then you two, you start, if you normally watch all this Izakaba, you change. You start watching correct movie. You understand what I'm saying now? American movie where people speak correct English. Do you get what I'm saying now? And then if all your friends, the people around you are always speaking broken English and all of that, change your friends. Start hanging around people that speak correct English. Number 3, if the pastors you normally listen to are from Warri or they are from Ajegunle, there's nothing wrong with them. They are doing their work there. What you want to do is you want to get messages from pastors who, when they speak English, it will make your own English better. Yeah, so like the man of God they are just talking to you about, so you look for those kind of men of God. Is that okay? It will make you better. Look, and the way I look at you, you are somebody that has desire to grow, and I see great potentials in you. Is that okay? In fact, the reason God brought him to you is to give you a picture of who you are about to become.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Papa. Yeah. When waiting for divine approval, sometimes you don't get a yes, you don't get a no. What are the other signs to look out for?
Okay, you are waiting for God to say yes, and God doesn't say yes, he doesn't say no. You wait until he says yes or he says no. Because any other approval without his approval is substandard. You wait to hear him. And most times the reason God doesn't answer us is because we have fixed our mind on something God doesn't want us to do. For instance, imagine if there's a Muslim. Is that okay? They are wonderful people. There's nothing wrong with a Muslim guy. But then you are a Christian. There's going to be conflict. Is that okay? You now go to God and now say, Father, there is this Ibrahim. Lord, I am asking you, Lord, what are you saying? Should I go ahead with him? Is he my husband? Now, wait. Until tomorrow, God will not say anything. You know why? God has already spoken about that. What God has spoken about, he will not speak about again. It's already in his word now. Be not unequally yoked together with what? So why are you asking God again question? When you know the person is what? He doesn't believe what you believe. So why are you asking God again? That's why he doesn't answer. Because he has already answered. All right? Thank you.
If you have a dream of building or owning a hospital in future,
yes,
and you are not a medical practitioner, does it necessarily mean you have to marry someone in that field?
No. It just simply means that you need to have somebody who has medical license to be on your board. Don't marry a doctor because of hospital. You hire a doctor, you employ a doctor because of the hospital. You marry a husband who turns out to be a doctor. You don't marry a doctor for hospital. Otherwise, he will be working in your hospital, but he will not be available for you.
Praise the Lord. My question is particularly about ring.
Ring.
Yes. The question is, why do most of single ladies put on rings? I want to start an example. I've met a girl, and actually she's single, and I keep saying in my mind, who gave her ring? Because as a guy, so the first thing you look at, you first of all look at their hands.
Wait. Come close. I want you to be truthful. So what you are trying to tell me is that you were looking at her hand to be sure there's no ring, so that will let you know that you can approach her.
Yes, sir.
And that's what you should say now, that I wanted to approach a girl. but I saw ring. Go ahead.
So when I finally saw that, okay, she's putting on ring, the first thing that will come to my mind is maybe someone gave her that ring. And secondly, I might say that, okay, maybe some might say they're putting it for fashion. But you know, as we guys, you can't just see a ring on a lady's hand and you just felt she just bought it for fashion. Definitely it will be that, okay, maybe someone gave her that ring. And my main question now is, I saw a lady and I asked her that, okay, why did you put on ring? She said that it's just for fashion, but I don't think it's for fashion.
You find it difficult to believe. Maybe there's a guy.
Yes, sir.
Guys, do you worry that girls wear ring and they are not married? Do you worry? How many of you guys worry about that? How many of you don't care? Okay, so here is the game. I want to put it this way. There are rings that ladies put on fingers that, you know, engagement finger? All right, so it's when you see a ring on an engagement finger, it shows that a girl is engaged. Is that okay? Some girls put, can I have two ladies tell me why you wear rings outside of your engagement finger? Fashion. Available. I hear the one that you put on this index finger is the one that you are available. Is that correct? All right. Say it again. Come, sweetheart, quick, come. Come, rush here, God bless you. Come, you two come. No, come, we need to market it very well. Okay. So this, in fact, this is double available. Oh, triple. Okay, 1, 2, 3. This to say to a guy who wants, so that means the guy needs to know that when you see this one, I'm saying 3 times, I am available, I'm available, I'm available. Meaning, as a guy, if you don't understand, you simply say, oh, Denier, oh, Monkaka. You know understand, you be mumu. So this is, I am available, I'm available. Then that one now is a backup. Is that correct? Is a backup? Okay. Sorry, ma. Yes. This one is for.
I don't know, but I just wear it.
Oh, you don't know?
Yes, I just wear it.
You just wore it. For fashion. Do you know that this is even, it looks more expensive than those who are married? Amazing. You wanted to say something. What is that? Yes.
Just to say, or to answer you basically, right? Some of us, sometimes you like to wear rings on your fingers, but you need to, if you're not sure if the lady is engaged or not, just be bold enough to ask. Yesterday, a man saw me, I wasn't even wearing any rings, and he stopped me, he was like, excuse me, how are you fine? Are you married? That was the first thing he asked me. So I think it helps without you having to think or bother yourself.
Did you receive the counseling? She's counsel. Come close. She just gave you counseling now. That instead of stress, that instead of stressing your head, that when you see rings like this one now, you just learn something now. You are even thinking she's married, but she's saying 3 times, I'm available. Have you learned something from here today? And then number 2, ask question, are you available? Now listen, I think another one, there are people that their parents, they make a vow. I think I remember that there are some people that make vow between their parents, or they make a vow with themselves that they will not have sex until they get married. They will remain, purity rings, right? Yeah, so there are people that put that on. So I think the guys need to be taught. Maybe you girls take time out, all these your rings that you wear. But again, ladies, make the journey easier. If you don't need it, why wear the rings? And if you wear it, you may also need to carry a little explanation card around. For the guys who don't come to a meeting like this to be educated. So wear the ring and then you carry a cardboard. Anytime any guy is looking at you, dangle the cardboard. Purity ring available. Talk to me. I think there's somebody else. Yeah.
Yes, before this person, please.
Yes.
How do you manage? Okay, I think you've attended to this. This person can apply what you told the lady.
Right.
I think he is a good-looking guy, and he's with someone who is not really confident about herself. So.
No, she just needs to step up her game. And it's dangerous to marry someone who is already having low self-esteem before you get married, because the person is going to have what we call anxiety attachment later. When you get married to the person, because the person already feels low about herself or himself, when you get married to the person and the person sees people who are more beautiful or more handsome around you, they will, because of their own low self-esteem, they will want to become manipulative, and they will begin to accuse you of having relationship. The whole idea is to use accusation to create isolation. So be careful of anybody that has low self-esteem before marriage. It gets worse after marriage. All right? Talk to me, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon, church.
Yes.
So, I know it is not right to probably spend some days in the house of whoever you're seeing.
Eh?
I
No,
said,
no,
I know-
come close. Yeah.
I know it is not right to spend some days or probably some nights in the house of whoever you're seeing, or in the house of the man you're seeing, because I'm a lady, so I'm talking
Yeah.
in a man's house. But I want to use my mother's experience
Okay.
as an example. So my mother is a widow, and she got a widower that really wants to marry her. She had to go to his place. They've known for over 40 years, that they've been friends for over 40 years. But she did not really know him for these 40 years until she went to his house. So she spent like 2 weeks there, and she realized that he had this, or he has, not even had, he has this hoarding disorder. Hoarding disorder is people who just keep things, they do not throw things away. He had even checkbooks of 1960 in his house. So he has hoarding disorder. If you try to take any of those things away from him, he becomes very emotional, really, really emotional. And then he is just stop. So she did not even know all this in 40 years, but she got to know this in just those 2 days she spent at his place. So how do we really get to know who we are with if we do not like spend some time with this person?
Where are you going to now? You just created trouble, now you are leaving. All right. I honor your mom, and I honor the fact that your mom did what your mom did. May I humbly request or suggest that that exclusive approach should not become a rule. You may not survive what your mom survived. Your mom has nothing more to fear in life. She has you. Your mother is a soldier. Your mother she has dealt with men. Your mother has lived with your father. So your mother knows men. You are just about to get into that world. You've not spent 5 years with any man. Don't try to apply the rule that an expert uses when you are just an amateur. You may not survive what an expert survives. All you told us now, she went there, she spent 2 weeks, she saw obsessive compulsive disorder, that's what they call it. Obsessive compulsive disorder, which causes people to hoard things, all right? That's all we hear. What happened between two of them in those 2 weeks? Did that honor God? What did God see minus what you are talking about? Was God pleased with what happened there? We don't know. So don't allow just the fact that she discovered obsessive compulsive disorder now and more, Don't allow that, the discovery, now make you engage the process. The outcome does not justify the process. You can find that same outcome out without engaging that same process. Meaning there is a better process you could have used to discover the same thing without using the process she used, which is to go be there for 2 weeks. She can ask that you people want to come and visit him and go in your company. Is that okay? Which is okay. You can actually tell a brother, oh, sorry. If you are in a church, you speak to your church leadership. The church leadership knows that you're coming to visit him. You see, knowledge limits bad behavior. Secrecy creates room for bad things. So you want to tell your leaders, I'm going to be visiting. Hey, and he will call the person and say, how are you? Sister so-and-so and sister so-and-so are coming to visit you. We are aware of it. You people should have a good time. So you go in the company of another sister with your eyes open. You can see obsessive compulsive disorder. Is that okay? Any other thing that has to do with interaction, you can engage him outside the house. The house, you can just enter a house and you can scan and tell if this guy is disorderly, this guy is dirty. Part of the strategy is not to look at observable things. Always take your eyes to where people normally will not expect you to look at. For instance, everybody will keep the chair. Sometimes you just take your eyes, look under the chair. You may see what the guy will not be expecting you to look at. Is that okay? So I would suggest use a more dignified process. Use a more God-glorifying process. Use a more honorable process to accomplish the same goal. 2 weeks, 2 hours alone in his house is too dangerous for your purity. And don't endanger yourself in the name of trying to explore. What you know is that you enter his house. What you can't tell is what will happen in that house. You predict your entrance, you can't predict your exit. Let me appreciate her, please.
The last question here. My fiance is based in the UK and I'm in Nigeria, and I have never, and I don't feel the push or the need to be with him abroad. We have discussed living apart, but it does not even sound like an option to him. So what do I do?
Okay, so the lady prefers to be she wants to marry him, but they can be apart. She's not ready for marriage. So please, if you are the one here, please release the guy. For now, release the guy. Let him find somebody to marry and enjoy your life in the country you are in. Until when you are ready to leave share your space with somebody else. Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, church. This is actually my first time here.
First time. What's the name?
My name is Raphael.
Raphael. What do you do? Yeah? Banking. You work in a bank. Are you available?
Yes, I am.
Hallelujah. Yes. Talk to me, sir. Yeah. God is talking to somebody.
So in a city where you were new and you got into church and you were identified by a lady, so you became friends, and all of a sudden you got to realize that her lifestyle, there is no source of income to fund it, right? Then you got to grow and you realize that she has a friend that pays for the rent, but the statement is it's an angel investor.
Sorry, sir. The man paying her house rent and funding her lifestyle is an angel investor. Nothing is happening. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry, sir. Hello, sir. You got to realize she's having an affair after she called him an angel investor. So that the angel investor has been investing into her truly. And you now want to know whether you should marry her. I mean, what kind of... You have just confirmed what you were suspecting. And a lady who could lie to that extent is unworthy of staying close to you. I mean, sorry, the point is, such a person should not even be close to you. Not even talk about being considered. If she could lie about this, what else could she not be lying about? Or will she not lie about? You understand? And by the way, she has already been exposed to a lifestyle that you will have to be funding later. And two, she has already tasted what it means to hang around someone who is not committed to her, but funding her and having relationship with her. Such a woman, when she gets married, she will not have patience for pain. So whenever there are low moments in your marriage, she's going to go out, because she has experienced what it means to use what she has to get what she wants. Hello, sir. Please don't go that way. We have correct ones here. Huh?
Basically, a friend of mine actually came into the city.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand the coordinate of how Abuja works.
And that's...
So he came and he was complaining to me. So I felt like maybe there might be new people in the city and maybe not knowing how to really express.
I get you. So
That's why I have to come out to.
that's such a big one you just did for us. And but you now, my concern now is you. No, I'm become worried for you now, because I mean, look at you. God has blessed you. You are such a nice guy. I mean, look at water. Look. So what stops you from being baptized now? Look at the sea of... I know two sisters now. I know two ladies here. No. Look, I know two ladies. My God, if they enter your life, one of them enter your life, you just move to another level. So we will need to talk. Is that okay? Because Saba, with the way you just appeared now, a sister is already crying. Lord, don't let him go. Talk to me.
Sorry, please,
I didn't know I was going to spend this time here.
Yes.
How did I get to spend? And you just keep throwing questions at me.
No, this particular one is very interesting. Okay.
Oh, John, everyone is always interesting.
What can one do when a guy approaches you with a relationship and runs away when he knows that you have never been intimate with another man? Will I ever find a man that can stay? Because even the Christian brothers have problems with this.
Let me quickly announce to you, anybody who is making a demand on your purity is an impure person. Anyone asking that you offend God to satisfy them is a wicked person in your life. Is that okay? Please, I encourage you, walk away. Every Joseph has a precious woman waiting for him somewhere. If you don't compromise, you'll be amazed where God will show up for you. Please, I encourage you, don't compromise it. The pain of compromise lives with us for a long time. You will always ask yourself, why did I give it up for such a person? So I challenge you, if you've not lost it, keep it. And if you lost it before, regain your honor by making up your mind that this time around, until I get married again, I would not lose it. That's how to regain the honor of the pride you lost before. And I tell you, it's a beautiful thing to do. So, yes, what's the question?
I'm so sorry to come back here. This is very, very personal. Is there a way you can really tell when God says yes?
Come. Is there a way? Why is that hurting to you?
I've been hurt, I've been cheated many times. Like, I trusted, and my last relationship, I was so certain that
it was from God. Like
You
I
were,
was just, I didn't get any negative red flags or anything.
you felt it was God, right?
I prayed before I even went into it.
Got you. So you prayed about it and you thought it was God. It wasn't like God said it was. Is that okay? You felt. That it's important that you hold yourself. Listen, everybody. It's important that you hold yourself accountable to say, I eventually went into it. I was praying. I didn't hear anything. And I went into it thinking that it was God. That's why I said, the reason why God sometimes doesn't speak, if you're going to look at that relationship very well, you realize that the person is not the kind of person. I got to run, everybody. Thank you so much. It's been a nice time hanging around with you.
Let's celebrate our Father in the Lord. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for him. Wow, what an amazing time. Thank you so much, Papa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have you been blessed? Please take your seats. Take your seats. We'll just quickly take the offering and then round up, so release you to go. Please just be patient with us. We're almost done. In Jesus' name, just put your hands into your bags, bring an offering to the Lord. Father, we thank you for this offering. We pray that even as we give, you bless us, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, shall you give to our bosom. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. Okay. So, very quickly, we're going to call on the person for announcements. Who is Bongos? Bongos, please come up quickly for the announcements so we can round up.
Praise the Lord. I hope we've all had an amazing time here today. Once again, I want to welcome you all to the 6th edition of the Singles Breakfast Meeting with Reverend Sam. Thank you for taking your time to come here. I believe you've really gotten something amazing from this program. Now I'll be taking the announcements. Invited to the Annual Singles Conference 2023. Some of you are not clapping. Let me say it again. You are all invited to the Annual Singles Conference 2023. It's going to be taking place on the 20th of October to 22nd of October 2023. So what you are going to do now, the 22nd of October 2023. We're going to be starting it on Friday with an impartation service with our Father in the Lord, Reverend Sam Oye. He's going to be ministering to the singles. How many of us were here for the last one? Can you forget can you remember what he spoke about? He preached mightily on the weight of glory. I can never forget that, and he imparted us. You wouldn't want to miss that Friday. And also on Saturday, we are going to be having amazing guest ministers talk to us. And we are going to be having breakout sessions on contemporary areas that are of great interest to singles. Then on Sunday, we are going to be ending it with Thanksgiving in our various centers on Sunday morning. And then we are going to be converging here in the evening for a very delightful dinner. So I'm believing some of us would have already seen our dates for that dinner, true of us. Who has seen a date here for the dinner? Well, if you haven't, I'm sure probably someone has caught your attention. You should go and talk to the person, give the person attention just like you've been taught today, and then come for the dinner. For the dinner, we are going to be paying a token of 6,000 naira for the regulars, and then 12,000 naira for VIPs. And in case you want to pay now, maybe you have spoken to somebody here and you want to tie the person down for the date, please, you can go to the information desk after the program to pay. Then also on Sunday, we are going to be wearing a uniform, an Ankara dress. We have them displayed outside there. So please, If you're working out, if you want to look like us that day, please pick one of it outside there. Then on the 9th of December, we'll be having an end of the year hangout. Once again, bring out your calendars to mark that date. 9th of December, we are having a hangout. It's going to be fun-filled. There's going to be grills. We are going to have amazing games. There are going to be competitions. We're just going to use it to wind up the year. Then we are all encouraged to hook up with Reverend Sam every day, Monday to Fridays, 5:55 a.m. for the prophetic prayer hours. With our God, you see, at the prophetic prayer hours, for those of us who have not been joining, it's testimonies, 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 and testimonies. And as you decide to join from Monday, you are going to be in line for the next testimony in the mighty name of Jesus. You can join on Facebook using Sam Oye Ministries. You can join on YouTube or on Instagram using Rev Sam Oye. And also, you can follow Pastor Sam on TikTok with the username Rev Sam Oye. He was speaking about TikTok here, so let me speak about it a little. You can, I believe you've gotten something from what happened here today, the teachings. So we get to enjoy this kind of teachings, prayers, and impartations Mondays to Fridays on TikTok. So maybe for some reasons you don't have TikTok. I think this should be a good reason for you to have TikTok. Follow him anytime he comes online. You're going to get a notification. Then also feel free to join us here on Sundays by 8:30 a.m. for service. And then that's for the first service, and then 10 a.m. for the second service. Then on Thursdays, we meet here by 5:30 p.m. for midweek service. So just in case Gwarimpa is very far from where you stay, because I believe you are coming from various places, we have our various centers all over Abuja here. So let me just read out some of the addresses for you. We have the city center. It's located at Owena House. It's close to the Ministry of Finance at Central Business District. We also have our Galadima Center, located at, Lily of the Valley Garden by Sea Palms Garden of Galadima Roundabout, or our Kubwa Center at Paris Arena by Central Market, Biaji. And if you live around Buari, we have our Ushafa Center. It's located at plot C27 beside Ushafa Bridge. You will be absolutely blessed to attend. Praise the Lord. And also, if you have further inquiries about the different centers, probably you couldn't get the address, you can go to the information desk to get the information. So at this point, I want to welcome a very special set of people. If you are here for the very first time, please can you wave your hands at me? Thank you. I can see those hands. I can see those hands. You're welcome. Please, can you kindly stand up so we can welcome you properly? Please, 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 can you stand up? Thank you, thank you. So those of you around them, please make them feel welcome the TTC way. You're welcome. Okay, so please, if you look to my left now, you are going to see that handsome man there with the placard. Please, can you just take whatever he came to the program with to go and meet him? We want to receive you at our visitors arena. Please, let's clap for them. Make them feel welcomed as they walk out. Okay. Miss Modupe. Okay. All right, please, let's welcome Modupe as she takes the benediction.
Praise the Lord. I'm sure we've all been blessed by today's meeting. And if you were blessed as much as I was, can you just rise up on your feet and let's just say a word of prayer, a word of thanksgiving to God for bringing us here and for granting us the opportunity to learn at the feet of the Father today. And let's just pray that these words of wisdom that has been planted in our hearts shall grow into full maturity and bloom and grow to the point where we would learn and live by them all the days of our lives. For in Jesus' name we have prayed. Let's share the grace in fellowship. May the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit abide with us now and forevermore. Thank you for coming. See you in the next edition. God bless you.